The Shining Girls is very different to my previous books, but all of my books have been radically different to each other. Moxieland is kind of a neo-corporate apartheid political thriller. Zoo City is a black magic noir, and The Shining Girls is about a time-traveling serial killer. So I think I like to mix it up a lot, and I specifically set the book in Chicago rather than South Africa because it's about a time-traveling serial killer, and because I was very interested in the history of the 20th century and how much that shaped who we are right now. I was very interested in how the 20th century has shaped who we are right now and how far we've come. And you forget that in the 1990s, we didn't have the internet. You know, Facebook is only, I don't know, what, 5 years old, 10 years old? It's crazy how far we have come and how fast we have come and what that's done to us. And I was specifically interested in women's rights. I was interested in how cities have developed. And Chicago gave me a much broader landscape to play in. If I'd written that book set in South Africa, it would have become an apartheid novel by necessity. And that's not to say I don't write about apartheid or I don't want to write about apartheid. Moxieland and Zoo City are both apartheid allegories anyway. And actually Chicago has some very interesting apartheid tie-in history, which is that in the 1950s, the apartheid government apparently went to Chicago to learn how to do segregation better. Chicago is a city a lot like Johannesburg. It's this bright, shining, electric city with a huge buzz. It was called the Paris of the West. It was where the movie industry started before Charlie Chaplin got pissed off and upped and left to Los Angeles. It was this amazing place. It's where the skyscraper was born. And it's got this incredible rich history, but at the same time, it's got terrible segregation and a long history of that. It's incredibly corrupt. The number of mayors in jail now, ex-mayors in jail, is amazing. And there's a very high crime rate. I went to Chicago on a research trip, and my friends who I was staying with, who were ex-South Africans, were saying that in the previous summer, so summer 2011, there had been 40 shootings in one weekend. And I was like, holy crap, I'm going back to Joburg, it's safer. And their gun crime is off the charts. They're one of the most violent cities in America. And it's really interesting. We like to think in South Africa that we're this special flower and that we do corruption and crime and racism best. But, you know, that's a global thing. The rest of the world is pretty good at those kinds of things as well. So Chicago is kind of a stand-in for Johannesburg as well. So I felt very much at home writing there.